Welcome everybody to this week's Dissecting Design here on the Game Wisdom YouTube channel. For this week we are looking back at one of the more surprisingly positive action horror games of the start of this decade, and that's Dead Space 2. I was originally going to do Dead Space, but then it turns out I actually don't own that one on the PC side of things, but maybe we'll do that at some point in the future. Nevertheless, the Dead Space series was a very interesting take on action horror design, and while it certainly kind of collapsed in on itself at Dead Space 3, that is a topic for another time. For today, we're going to talk about what made the Dead Space series so fascinating to begin with, and what made it stand out from other games at the time. So, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are at the start of Dead Space 2. And the first thing I want to point out about what I really like about the series is how the UI is firmly integrated into the gameplay. If you look at the screen right now, can you make out any UI elements whatsoever? If I turn over here, there is one right now, and that is my health. Although it doesn't, I'm not sure if it makes sense lore-wise why we have our health on our back. This is a great way of being able to integrate the UI directly in the game, so we don't have any elements that are outside of it. In fact, your inventory and stats screen here is basically a hologram interface. Oop.
Clark! Isaac Clark, is that you?
Who are you?
What we have is our flashlight right now.
Trying to rescue you.
Why? What's going on?
You're suffering from a unique form of dementia, Isaac. Something you contracted on Aegis 7.
How do you know that? How do you know all this about me?
Your dementia will kill you. But if you can get here, I can treat you and get you to safety.
Why should I trust you?
Because I'm not the one shooting at you.
Alright.
Just follow the route I'm sending you.
So right now, we still have to get to his suit. And that's when we can really see kind of like the integration of this design. Now here's some more. Again, of keeping everything into the game space itself. The environmental design of the Dead Space series, at least from number 1, number 2 that I played, is really good. It has, again, that lived in, oh my god, something evil has happened here kind of feel to it. Very similar to what we saw when I did the dissecting on Half-Life 2 and we went to Raven. Oh. It's also been a very long time since I played Dead Space. Oh. So, I'm going to grab his suit and I will talk to you all in a minute. While we're on our way to get to our, I guess, iconic Dead Space suit, this will be a good time to talk a little bit more about the basic gameplay and one of the more polarizing elements of the Dead Space series, and that is the store. What they did was you actually could buy additional items and resources using different credits and special pre-order bonuses. With Dead Space 3, this got even more prevalent with microtransactions. So, like, here are some of the examples. We have a lot of crazy items here, with different bonuses and whatnot, including suits. Again, it's kind of annoying to have all these items here. So, we're going to try not to use them, but as we're heading over there, we can talk a little bit more about the basic gameplay of Dead Space. So this is your first...
Decompressed area beyond this point. Vacuum suits are required for entry.
Alright, come on. Where's my suit? Let me through. I think I'm required to buy something. plasma cutter. And this is one of the things that's kind of annoying. Is that it's hard to tell what is a required part of this game, like here, the engineering suit, and what is simply DLC that they're throwing in. And I think it kind of distracts from the game. So let me get into my basic suit right now. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. No more metal gown for us. Don't you love these pseudo parts in these games? There we go. And again, all the UI elements are integrated into the suit itself. So this is your first time watching a Dead Space game. This is firmly in the action horror category. We're dealing with enemies called the necromorphs, who the twist of fighting these guys is that you can't just shoot them in the head. You have to take their limbs apart one at a time in order to actually kill them. And I'm pretty sure something bad is about to happen. The controls are tank-like. So if you're familiar with The Evil Within or Resident Evil 4, this should all look familiar. That shouldn't look familiar to you, but we got a boss. Oh god. So one of the unique abilities, I can use stasis to try, oh god, don't want to do that, to try and freeze this guy. So, as always, we aim for the glowy bits. Still, Blaze, so I can shoot you. I also want to say that aiming with an analog stick is never easy. There's my stasis. Come on, buddy. Say cheese. And if you notice, when I use my weapon, you can see the ammo counter directly on the weapon itself. Jeez. Great. There we go. I think we just made him angrier. Oh god. Get away from me. Yeah, nuts. There we go. Can you see my health on the back? Really need to stop hitting that button. We can hopefully pick up all that lovely items once this big guy is dead. Again, no UI elements to distract. Oh, run! We gotta do the Evil Within at some point. There we go. Of course, the challenge of fighting creatures like this is the fact that in order to kill it, we gotta hit the most, or the least, thick parts on their body. So are you dead? I think you're dead. Hey! I said die.
Jesus, that thing was angry. Dana, I'm out of the hospital.
Okay, the tram station is just beyond the apartment block.
Hang on. I need more answers. How long have I been here?
3 years. Tideman found you floating in space near Aegis 7 and brought you here for study.
Why can't I remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with a self-replicating signal. The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you, Isaac. I've been trying to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you could fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
Alright, we got a little... Even the hint is, like, part is integrated into the suit itself. Now, one thing about the game that is a bit annoying is how the action plays out. It's very easy to run out of ammo in this game, especially if you're playing this on the higher difficulty, and you're kind of left to how items are randomly placed throughout the world. And pretty decent environment design as well. Every weapon has like an alternate function. This is just to change the trajectory. But now we should be fighting some more of the regular necromorphs. Hopefully. How are we doing iron-wise? There we go. Again, everything is kept within the perspective of Isaac, so you never feel like you're being pulled out for a cutscene or anything specific like that. And we made it chapter 2. I won't play the audio logs, obviously. So the bench is another element of the game, but first, let's head to the store. So here we go. We finally have actual items that are part of the game. Again, these are the pre-order bonus stuff. Now the thing about Dead Space and how they divide the items up is that you will only find ammo for the items that you currently have equipped or on you. So if I put on the javelin gun, for instance, and I'm going around exploring and whatnot, I will just so happen to find javelin spears. But if I'm using the line gun instead, well then, we will find line gun ammo. And if you need health, well, maybe you'll find items like that. But it does leave it open to the fact that you're kind of at the mercy of the game in terms of finding ammo, and the more weapons you have on you, the less chance you'll get the ammo for the weapon that you currently need. So, let me sell this, and we will pick up the javelin gun. Come over to the UI. Again, it's all integrated in. Now I don't have any of the special ammo equipped, so that's why I can only use the javelins. Now here's our upgrade station, the bench, which lets us upgrade every weapon or thing we have currently equipped. And it's based on the nodes. And you can see the nodes down there. And you have to go in the order here. So if I want to get the special, I obviously can't just go right to it. We gotta start here, and then work our way around. It's an interesting system, but these kinds of upgrade systems in survival horror or action horror titles always bug me a little bit. Because not only does it make you feel even more powerful, but it punishes you for not going down these upgrade paths. And since there's only so few or so limited nodes in the game, you really do have to focus if you want to have any chance of getting the ones you need. So for instance, I don't even care about air most of the time. I rather just go for health here, and then upgrade the guns that I'm looking for. So again, we place one here. And then you have to commit nodes to empty spaces, but only the ones with these markers will actually upgrade you. bit more health. Increase the station duration. And then there are specific doors that can only be opened. And you can see I got my health filled up. But I was saying there's only specific doors that can only be opened with power nodes. So you always want to keep one on you. Alright. So surely nothing bad will... Oh boy. Ow, you suck. How dare you hit me. And yes, this is also a game that's all about breaking enemies open. But the necromorphs do present a very interesting enemy design compared to other survival and action horror games. It reminds me a lot of Alan Wake. In the fact that the enemies aren't just your normal shoot them in the head and you win variety. You do have to pay attention. And in this case, we have to knock their limbs off. Of course, save. I did beat this game before, as you can see by my other file. So, perfect timing. This is a door that can only be opened by spending a power node. But typically, you'll get a reward that is equal to or better than the power node itself. So, let's see. And all the items that we find are also random. For the most part, in terms of ammo, health, and stuff like that. So what we just picked up, one, we're out of inventory space, but we've unlocked the ability to actually create power nodes. We can sell our semiconductor for credits. And it sounds like there's a whole lot of evil. Oh! Don't worry, she'll be... Nope, never mind. She's not fine. And finish. And yes, the old amputate and then kill with their own appendage is a very popular tactic for Dead Space. And look, there's a power node. Oh, and this thing actually creates more enemies. So that's not a good thing to find. I guess where we have to go. Oh, good. Maybe we won't have to go there after all. Whoa. That can't be good. But as an horror game, oh jeez, Dead Space still falls. I think he's in trouble. Ow. Oh, and by the way, if I didn't mention it, this is rated M. But as a horror game, the game definitely goes a little bit too much into power.
Isaac! Isaac, over here!
Oh, hey, buddy.
Who are you?
It's the drugs, Isaac. They gave us drugs to make us forget. But it's all coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me?
Isaac! Isaac, look out!
Hey! Get off me, you! Finish up! For an engineer, Isaac doesn't take crap from anyone, does he? Take that. But yeah, we're full of ammo, or all our stuff. But as I was saying, once you start upgrading your weapons and your rig and all that, the horror tends to become downplayed. And it's a case where you're just given a lot of power.
We have to go now.
Oh! Get off. Take that. And yes, enemies do like to pop out of every possible nook and cranny. Oh! Hi. Like I said, you do have to explore if you want to be able to buy the items that you need. Uh-oh. He's fine. He's just resting his eyes. Now, for those of you watching this, I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but what did you think of the Dead Space series? Again, there's a lot of praise for the first 2 games, but then there's a lot of anger over number 3. Uh-oh. Whoa. Not this time, buddy. Alright, I got an arm. Who wants some? There we go, he's fine. Probably should switch back to my other weapon. Hey! Busy fighting your friend here. There. He said die. I'll stomp you good. We always take the arm off and then use it as a finisher. Also saves ammo too. But yeah, notice again that I'm getting a lot of plasma cutter ammo because that's the weapon that I'm currently using. And they did a number on me though. We still have plenty of health, so we're good. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that guy's dead. You just stomp every corpse you see in this game because you never know who will drop loot. That's just a survival tactic for any kind of necromorph situation. Alright, so
There are necromorphs everywhere.
let's see what he says.
Is the entire sprawl infected? How this happened? The marker was destroyed, Dana. I destroyed it.
You destroyed a marker, Isaac. Tybin built another one.
On this station? Why?
It's powerful alien technology. Tybin wants that power. Get to the tram.
All right.
It'll take you to the Cassini Towers premises.
Dana? Damn it.
So what we'd like to do is get to the next bench and talk a little bit more about the problems I had with the game, and that will be our wrap-up point for this play. If you'd like to see a general play of Dead Space on the channel, definitely let me know in the comments, but I will talk to you all in a second. Alright, let's wrap things up for our look at Dead Space, or I'm sorry, the Dead Space series here. So, the big problem I think that the Dead Space series has, again, that it focuses a lot more on the action side compared to horror. Right now I have in my assault rifle, or I should say pulse rifle, and we now have more upgrades, and there just seems more of a focus on your weapons and making yourself more powerful rather than actually mixing up the situations. I also ran into there's also a lot of semi-QTE events where you have to perform a task very quickly or you die. And that can become very annoying, especially in a game like this where you're forced to repeat sections. And again, the fact that a game kind of punishes you for trying to experiment with weapons also hurts. Again, you want to equip as few weapons on you that you really like as you can, just to maximize the ammo. If I was going with 4 weapons right now, it would just become a lot harder to properly keep the ones that I need filled. So this one has a assault rifle and a grenade launcher mode. And this one was kind of my go-to weapon for during the main game, as well as the plasma cutter, simply because of the bonuses you get, and being able to do bonus the special along those lines. And it's a very similar issue to The Evil Within, with having so much of a focus on upgrades and making yourself more powerful, that the game tends to forget that it's a horror title. And it's very hard to feel scared when I have fully upgraded armor, my weapons are maxed out for damage, and all that crazy stuff. But the necromorphs are very interesting enemy designs, and the fact that you do have to fight them differently compared to other horror games does give it a little bit more of an interest. And like I said, having everything fully integrated into the experience in terms of my suit being my own UI, ammo and stuff on the weapons themselves, it just ties the package together. While it's not something that's going to make a bad game great, it's one of those little touches that really does help to elevate a title. It's just a shame that Dead Space 3 went even further into the action side of things rather than the horror. But with that said, we're going to wrap up this week's Dissecting Design. Again, let me know what you think of Dead Space or the series in general. And if you have suggestions for future Dissecting Designs, let me know. I figure before we go, just to get ourselves a little bit of action, let's use this grenade launcher. Hi, guy. Bye, guy. He's fine. Goodbye. And one more. Boom. Alright. I think that is a great place to wrap things up for this week, don't you? Among a pile of necromorph bodies. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you're new and you enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And check back for weekly Dissecting Designs, usually on Monday. As well as daily discussions on design here and on GameWisdom.com, where we examine the art and science of games. At some point, we do need to tackle Resident Evil and probably The Evil Within, but that'll have to be for another time. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all for our next Dissecting next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and come back around 10 Eastern for regular streaming. For a collection of my writings as well as weekly podcasts on game development, be sure to check out game-wisdom.com. Follow me on Twitter at GWBycer for updates throughout the day. And to help support everything that I do, you can find me on Patreon under GWBycer or Game Wisdom. Your donations can help to keep things running, and we hit some goals, it will mean more content for everyone to enjoy. So, thanks again for watching, and be sure to come back for daily discussions on game design on the Game Wisdom channel.